These recordings will reveal eerie movements, unexplained presences, and chilling events that will make you question what really goes on behind hospital walls at night, so watch closely.
Hey. Ay, vete a la madre, güey.
A patient lying in her hospital bed noticed something unusual with the door in front of her ward. Without anyone nearby, the door slowly began to open all the way, as if being pushed by an unseen force. The strange part was that there wasn't enough wind inside to move it like that. Just as she tried to make sense of it, the door suddenly shut on its own. This odd cycle of opening and closing continued, and she managed to capture the entire scene on her phone, leaving viewers unsettled by what the recording revealed. Abandoned hospital figure. A group of friends decided to explore an abandoned hospital and ended up recording something that shook them. While walking through the halls, they noticed a strange figure with long, dark hair and a hospital gown moving quietly toward the corridor behind them. Rushing to check, they only found the gown draped over a wheelchair. Thinking it was gone, they turned back, only to see the same figure now sitting calmly in the waiting chairs. Terrified, they ran for the exit, but when they glanced back once more, the corridor was completely empty, leaving the mystery unsolved. Haunted hospital ghost. While exploring a dark hospital at night, a man pointed his camera toward one of the rooms and caught something unsettling. On a bed sat a figure, still and silent, with its face turned completely to the other side. Only its long hair was visible, hanging down in a way that covered any features. What made it even more disturbing was the sudden tilt of its head, as though aware of being watched. And then this is what he saw. He ran away, but the quiet surroundings made the moment heavier, leaving behind footage that felt unexplained. Restless figure. A man recorded something unusual while walking through a hospital corridor. In his video, a figure can be seen lying on a bed placed along the hallway. At first, it looked like someone resting, but the way it moved felt very different. The figure appeared to be struggling, almost as if trying to get up, yet its movements didn't resemble a normal person at all. Its shape and presence seemed strange, leaving the whole scene uneasy to watch. Rocking chair. In one hospital, a delivery room gained attention after a video surfaced showing something out of the ordinary. Nurses later mentioned that strange things are often reported in that same room, so they weren't too surprised. The footage focuses on a rocking chair placed beside the bed, gently moving back and forth on its own. No one was sitting in it, and there was no sign of wind or anyone nearby. Soul caught on camera. During an intense moment in a hospital room, a camera recorded something that caught everyone's attention later. As doctors were performing CPR on a patient, a faint, shadow-like shape seemed to rise from the body. The figure looked pale and almost transparent, drifting upward as if separating itself. The doctors stayed focused on their efforts, unaware of what the camera had picked up. When the clip was shared, people began debating whether it was just a trick of light or something far deeper. Abandoned village hospital. A group of friends thought it would be fun to check out an abandoned hospital near a village, but their visit turned into something they didn't expect. As they recorded inside, a figure appeared at the far end of the corridor. Its hands looked oddly tilted, and it started moving slowly in their direction. At first, they stayed to see what it was, but suddenly, the figure began sprinting toward them. Shocked, the friends dropped everything and rushed out, capturing the moment on camera. What they saw that night is still hard to explain. Strange movement.
What?
The scene starts with a man sitting beside his grandfather's bed in a quiet hospital room. Everything looks calm until the machine in the corner suddenly begins to shift across the floor. Slowly, it drifts closer to the patient's bed, almost as if guided by unseen hands. The man looks around, confused, since no nurse or doctor was nearby, and the windows were all shut tight. There wasn't even a breeze in the room. The strange movement left him wondering how it happened at all. Creepy figure.
Hey, what's up?
This man decided to explore an old abandoned hospital, and while walking through its empty halls, something unusual caught his eyes. Down the corridor, he noticed a figure dressed in a hospital gown, slightly bent, slowly moving away. Curious and a little startled, he rushed toward it to see more clearly. But as he turned the corner, the figure had completely disappeared. He searched the nearby rooms, shining his light into every corner. Yet there was nothing there. The strange sight left him puzzled, wondering how something that clear could vanish so suddenly. Possessed man. This patient was taken to the hospital by his parents, who believed he needed medical care. But what unfolded was far from a medical issue. In the clip, he can be seen standing on his hospital bed, moving in strange and unnatural ways. The staff rushed in, trying their best to calm him down, yet he seemed completely out of control. His behavior left everyone confused, unsure of what was really happening. The unusual scene was all recorded, raising questions about whether it was an illness or something much more unsettling. Late-night horror. In a late-night hospital CCTV recording, a wheelchair can be seen moving slowly down the corridor with a patient seated in it. What made the moment strange was that the patient looked unconscious, not controlling the chair at all. Yet the wheelchair kept rolling forward, steady and smooth, as if it had some unseen force behind it. No nurse or attendant was present, and the hallway was empty the entire time. Headless figure. While recording inside the hospital at night, a man hid behind a wall and kept his camera pointed toward the corridor. That's when he captured something very unusual. A figure was moving slowly down the hallway, its steps looking strange and unsettling. But what really stood out was that it didn't seem to have a head at all. With no explanation for its appearance, the clip raised endless questions. Cleaner encounter. As a hospital staff member finished cleaning a room and stepped outside, something unexpected caught his attention. A bed placed in the corridor began to rise on its own, even though no one was near it. The sight left him frozen for a moment, watching as the bed shifted without any clear reason. Guiding ghost.
Hey, ay, viste a la madre, güey.
A man exploring a hospital at night caught something strange on camera. From the far end of the corridor, he noticed a figure peeking at him before quickly disappearing. Curious, he rushed to check, but nothing was there. Moments later, the same figure appeared again, this time at the door of a nearby room, and vanished once more. When he followed, he realized it was the hospital mortuary. The way the figure seemed to appear and hide made it feel like it was guiding him somewhere, though its purpose still remains a mystery. CCTV horror. CCTV footage from a hospital room revealed a moment that quickly drew attention online. In the corner of the room, a dark, shadow-like figure seemed to appear out of nowhere. Just as the image faded, the table nearby began sliding across the floor without anyone touching it. The quiet room made the movement stand out even more, giving the recording an unsettling feel. Viewers were left debating whether it was a trick of the camera or if something truly unexplainable had been caught on tape inside that hospital. Peeking figure. During a late-night shift, a security guard was calmly walking down the quiet corridor when something unusual caught his eye. From one of the doors ahead, a dark figure appeared to peek out for just a moment. He froze in disbelief, and when looked again, the figure was gone, as if it had never been there. Luckily, he recorded the entire moment, and the video captured the shadowy shape flickering for a second before disappearing, leaving behind only questions and a heavy silence in the empty hospital hallway. Tall, dark figure. A camera inside the hospital room recorded something that gave viewers chills. A tall, dark figure was seen standing right beside a patient's bed. It didn't move, didn't make a sound. It just stayed there, almost as if it was watching the patient closely. The stillness of the figure made the scene even more unsettling. Haunted hospital. Inside a hospital rumored to be one of the most haunted places in the world, a strange moment was caught on camera. During a quiet night, when the corridors were completely still, a sliding door began opening and closing on its own. No one was around, yet the door moved slowly, almost as if an invisible hand was guiding it. Viewers watching the footage couldn't decide whether to brush it off or consider something more mysterious happening. Ghost hunter encounter.
It's like an abandoned health clinic.
A ghost hunter was walking through an old hospital, recording his visit. The place was quiet, but then he heard a strange noise that made him stop. A few seconds later, faint footsteps echoed behind him, and he started feeling uneasy. He chose to head out rather than stay any longer. Later, when checking his video, he noticed something chilling. Right at the end of the corridor, a shadowy figure with glowing eyes was sitting still, staring in his direction. The moment looked far more unsettling on camera than it had felt at the time. Sister encounter. A chilling video was shared by a girl whose sister had gone to the hospital late at night. While sitting in the corridor, she noticed something unusual near one of the room doors. A dark figure, shaped almost like a woman, seemed to be lying on the floor. Its face appeared shadowy and unsettling, making the sight even harder to understand. The figure didn't move, yet its presence alone created a tense feeling through the hallway. Creepy wheelchair. Out of nowhere, the corridor lights began to flicker, and a man decided to take out his phone to capture it. What seemed like a simple glitch quickly turned into something far stranger. In the middle of the hallway, an empty wheelchair started rolling on its own, even though no one was around. The sight instantly unsettled him, and his camera caught every second of it. Not waiting to find out more, he rushed off, leaving behind footage that still leaves people puzzled. Sink horror. While staying overnight at Phoenix Children's Hospital, a mother filmed something she couldn't explain. Her daughter, admitted as a patient, suddenly began speaking as if someone unseen was in the room.
Wait, so are we friends now? Can you do it again if we're friends now?
The mother, both curious and uneasy, started recording the moment on her phone. What happened next was startling. The faucet at the sink turned on by itself each time they asked a question. It didn't behave like a normal sensor.
Do it one more time, please.
Because it only responded in sync with their words. The clip left many viewers debating. Was it a strange malfunction or something else trying to reply from the unseen? Doorway figure. A clip uploaded online shows a patient lying in his hospital bed, talking nervously with another patient beside him. The halls were completely dark, and the place looked empty, with no staff or anyone else around. Suddenly, a figure appeared at the doorway, catching their attention. Gathering courage, they stepped out to look, only to see it again moving slowly through the corridor before slipping into a room. They ran after it, but the video ended right there. Many argue it was staged, yet the panic in their voices makes it feel far too real to dismiss. Dark corridor figure. A nurse decided to record a casual video of her colleagues sitting on a chair during their shift. Everything seemed normal until the camera picked up something unusual in the background. A figure suddenly moved across the corridor, slipping from one side to the other. Moments later, it appeared again, this time crawling across the floor in a way that looked unsettling. The group noticed it too, and their reactions were caught on camera as they backed away in fear. The short clip left viewers questioning what exactly they had witnessed inside that hospital hallway. Creepy face. A young boy resting in his hospital bed was caught on video sitting upright, staring fixedly toward one corner of the room. His mother, asleep beside him, seemed unaware of what he was seeing. At first, the footage looked ordinary, but when the camera zoomed in on the corner, something unsettling appeared. The faint outline of a woman's face could be seen, almost like a shadow blended into the wall. It didn't look like a trick of light or decoration, making the moment feel far more chilling and leaving the impression that they were not truly alone that night. Sprinting figure. A patient shared a video online after recording his hospital room, explaining that the atmosphere felt unsettling. At first glance, nothing unusual appeared on the clip, but when the footage was reviewed more carefully, something unexpected stood out. A shadowy figure seemed to pass quickly right in front of the camera, and strangely, it looked like it came straight from the wall itself. The patient had been completely alone during the recording, making the sight even harder to explain. Creepy legs. While sitting in a hospital room during his wife's delivery, a man noticed something unusual near his bed. Glancing down, he clearly saw a pair of feet standing at the end of the room. Startled, he quickly raised his head to check who was there. To his surprise, the space was completely empty, with no one in sight. The strange moment was captured on his phone, leaving viewers unsettled and wondering how something so clear could vanish in just a second. Creepy door. A man exploring an abandoned hospital captured something unusual on his phone. As he walked past one of the rooms, the door suddenly began to move by itself. There was no sign of anyone around, and the air inside wasn't strong enough to shift it that way. The slow creak of the door echoed through the empty corridor, making the scene even more unsettling. Spooky hospital. This explorer went inside an abandoned hospital that already had a spooky reputation. As he walked down the hall with his torch, he suddenly heard a sound right behind him. The door at the end of the corner slowly closed on its own. Surprised, he turned around and checked with his light, but the place was empty. There was no one standing there. No sign of movement at all. That simple moment left him a bit uneasy, wondering what could have caused it inside such a silent building. Nurse encounter. These nurses were working a night shift when they decided to check a room that had been giving them strange feelings. With a phone recording, they walked in and mentioned how the place always felt off during the late hours. As they looked around, one of them pointed out that the curtains seemed to move on their own, even though the windows were shut. Moments later, a tool sitting on the table in front of them suddenly dropped without anyone touching it. That was enough for them, and they quickly rushed out of the room. Haunted hospital. At Honduras's hospital, Mario Catarino Rivas, a nurse caught something that left viewers stunned. While inside a heart patient room at 1:30 a.m., she recorded what looked like a ghostly figure slowly moving in the dim light. The clip spread quickly, and not long after, another person shared his own experience outside the same hospital. He explained that while driving past, he noticed the building's lights flickering non-stop, making the whole place appear unsettling. Both recordings gave the hospital an eerie reputation, with people now calling it one of the strangest spots ever captured on camera. Girl in gown. This man was simply recording a video inside the hospital when something unusual appeared on camera. In the distance, a figure dressed in a hospital gown with long hair could be seen moving slowly toward the corridor. The sight looked unusual, almost as if she didn't belong there. If it was really a patient, the question is, why didn't any of the doctors or staff react to her presence? Creepy crawler. One night, a patient's attendant heard a strange noise in the hospital and decided to start recording. At first, the hallway looked completely empty, but then his camera picked up something unusual. A dark, shadow-like figure seemed to move quickly across the floor, almost as if it was crawling at a distance. The moment was brief, but it was enough to send chills to anyone watching. He kept recording, hoping to understand what he just saw, but the corridor remained empty. Moving machine. A woman went inside a recently abandoned hospital that already had stories of strange activity. With her camera on, she walked through the empty corridors, checked the morgue, and peeked into different rooms. Everything seemed still until she captured something very unusual. A large machine in the corridor suddenly began to shift and spin on its own, before slowly returning to its spot. The machine was heavy, and there was no one around to move it. Dark door figure. Late at night, a man found himself waiting inside the hospital when an odd moment caught his attention. The dog outside suddenly began barking in a restless way, as if something had disturbed it. Wondering what was going on, he pointed his camera toward the corridor. That's when he noticed a dark figure standing silently at the doorway. It wasn't very tall and didn't move even once, just remained there still. Soul-leaving body. CCTV footage from a hospital corridor revealed something that left viewers unsettled. A patient was lying on a bed when a strange shadow-like form appeared to rise and drift away from the body. The figure seemed faint but noticeable as it moved slowly down the corridor before fading out of sight. No one else was nearby, and nothing explained how the shadow appeared on camera. Faint, ghostly figure. Hospital CCTV footage showed something that instantly caught attention. A shadowy figure seemed to emerge straight out of a wall and then move toward the outside of the building. On the screen, it looked almost like a woman dressed in white with long hair, gliding instead of walking. The way it floated across the floor didn't match anything natural, and there was no one else in sight. Guard encounter.
Alright guys, I'm at the empty floors. I was hearing some noise coming up right now.
During a routine night round, a hospital security guard spotted a bed in one of the corridors. Ignoring it at first, he moved down another hallway, but when he glanced back, the bed was slowly sliding across the floor on its own. He hurried to investigate, yet no one was nearby to move it. As he looked around, he noticed other unusual signs. Tools had shifted from their places, and a door had swung open by itself. The unexpected events left him uneasy, unsure of what unseen force had caused everything to move.
Alright, besides that alarm, I just heard some more sounds. I don't know what it is, man, but...
Small shadow. A hospital room's CCTV captured something unusual that caught attention. From one of the beds, a small shadow seemed to rise and move across the floor. It didn't walk or run, but glided smoothly, almost as if floating just above the ground. The movement was quiet, and nothing else in the room explained it. Corridor mystery. A man visited a hospital that felt off the moment he entered. Everything was lit, but no one was around. He started recording as he walked through the empty halls, noticing even a doctor's table with notes left in the corridor. Suddenly, his camera caught something unusual. A strange figure standing silently in front of a door tucked into a corner. It didn't move or react, just stayed there, watching. The unexpected sight left him and anyone watching the footage wondering what exactly had appeared in that quiet, deserted part of the hospital. Bag spirit. A clip that's been circulating online shows something unusual inside a hospital corridor. A small, dark shadow appears to rise out of a bag left on the floor. It moves slowly, almost as if it's floating, and doesn't resemble anything natural. Many people who watch the video have speculated that it might be a soul or some energy attached to the bag. Hospital spirit. A video that surfaced online in July 2022 quickly grabbed attention for its unusual content. It showed a doctor hurrying out of a room into the corridor where a few attendants were seated. Seconds later, a wheelchair rolled out of the room by itself, moving fast down the empty hallway before disappearing through the hospital's entrance. No one was near it, and nothing explained its movement. Viewers watching the clip were stunned, with many speculating that it could have been the spirit of a patient leaving one last time. The mysterious footage still leaves questions unanswered. Hospital bed angel. A patient recovering in the hospital started noticing unusual happenings in her room. Frustrated and curious, she decided to grab her camera and record every corner, hoping to catch what was causing it. Later, when she reviewed the footage, she realized she had captured something unexpected. A clear figure was seen passing right through the bed. Many viewers think it might have been an angel, a peaceful presence moving quietly. Yet the dark color and eerie atmosphere of the clip left others feeling unsettled, showing that even calm moments can carry a strange, spooky vibe. App shock. While waiting for her respiratory specialist appointment, a woman decided to pass the time by opening the SLR Ghost app on her phone, expecting just a harmless laugh. But things quickly took a strange turn. The app suddenly detected a figure. Clear, stick-like lines forming a human shape, sitting on a chair right in front of her. The chair was completely empty in real life. No one else around seemed to notice anything unusual. Yet the app captured it perfectly. Viewers are left wondering, was it a glitch, or was she unknowingly sitting in front of something not human? Dr. Ghost.
No mames, güey.
While exploring an abandoned hospital for fun, a group of friends ended up capturing something chilling on camera. In one of the old rooms, their footage showed two pale hands and what looked like a figure hiding behind an object. Thinking it might be a person, they ran over to check, but the room was completely empty. Locals believe the hospital is haunted by the spirit of a doctor who passed under mysterious circumstances, and that his presence still lingers inside. The clip left viewers uneasy, wondering what exactly had appeared in that deserted space. And now let's move on to the subscriber's pick.
I don't see nothing.
A hospital room in Texas has long been known for unusual activity ever since a little girl passed away there. One moment caught on camera left everyone shocked. While a nurse was standing outside the room, the door suddenly began opening and closing by itself. No one else was nearby, and nothing could explain the movement. The clip quickly drew attention, leaving viewers wondering what unseen force could be causing the door to move in a room already surrounded by strange stories. And with that, see you next time.